So Season 3 of Street Fighter 6 DLC Pass just got announced and it looks pretty sick. Sagat, C.Viper, Alex, and Ingrid, a very unique cast of characters, which I'm pretty excited to try them all, but there's one among them that I am excited beyond belief, and that is C.Viper. To me, C.Viper is probably one of the most fun characters designed in any fighting game ever, and I quickly want to show you why. Now, I don't want to make this like a full-on everything C.Viper used to do in Street Fighter 4. I just want to show some of her uniqueness, why I love her, why you might love her, and just talk about her in general. So her walk speed, as you can tell, nothing crazy, it's pretty fast. Her normals are also pretty good. Overall, if you just looked at her moves, you would think she's like, you know, she got an advancing move that was safe on block. It wasn't particularly that good on its own, but we'll talk about why it's sick. Her normals are okay. If you could drive rush this crouch medium kick, it might be pretty crazy. But overall, nothing super crazy in terms of normals and walk speed. But where she kind of shines is her uniqueness as a character. She is an anime character. She's a Guilty Gear character. She's fucking Marvel vs. Capcom. She has a super jump. Not only that, she could super jump her normals and some of her other moves, which we'll talk about in a second. And I just took in that I'm using a hitbox right now. I've never even thought about trying Street Fighter 4 on a hitbox, so I might drop a lot of stuff. But we'll see, we'll see. Anyway, just already, super unique aspect to her. And now, just because she had that, I don't think it's going to come to Street Fighter 6. Ibuki had a super jump in Street Fighter 4 that did not come back in 5. But she had a lot of other cool stuff that we'll talk about too. Okay, so her special moves. Now, one of her special moves that's incredibly cool is her Seismo. You can kind of think of this like a JP pillar in that she can zone you with it technically, but it's not the same as like a traveling fireball that you have to deal with, right? You can kind of just get out of the way. But if Sagat wanted to play a fireball war with me and he threw his fireball here and I did this is a nice situation. It knocks him down. C.Viper has, we just talked about, she has a super jump. So she has a lot of options to play against characters like Sagat, or characters who like to stay full screen. She felt like she had options. She was unique in that way, and that she played very differently in a lot of different matchups. Now, if you're a character with no projectile who's very slow moving like Zangief, she could zone you with this move, right? Just like JP could do with his spike. But the interesting part of this is that she could cancel her special moves, at least 2 of them. She could feint them by pressing 2 punches after. So this is a quarter circle, sorry, this is a DP with a light punch, DP medium punch, DP heavy. If she presses 2 punches afterwards, she can immediately cancel it, which is like, it's actually kind of hard and gets sweaty the more you play the character. You're doing this non-stop, but it's super interesting because, you know, you're trying to bait Zangief to jump at you. You do this, he jumps, and she has an anti-air DP. She has like a very cool game to play with these kinds of characters. Even against a character like Sagat, you can just scare him into not throwing fireballs and take some space. She's very unique in that way, and I loved it. It was like every time you fought someone, you felt like you had to condition players in a different way by using your feints. And then the other thing is that there's a lot of plus on block moves in this game, not so much in Street Fighter 6, so we'll see how it goes. So she could steal turns extremely, like, if you got a read on when your opponent likes to mash and not mash, if you know they're mashing, you could just do like basic frame traps. Like, I don't remember what her frame traps were, maybe just 2 mediums, I don't remember. But if you knew, like, you condition them to stop mashing, I don't remember if this was like a block string, probably not, but if you did stuff like this, by canceling her moves into a feint, you can do a lot of like fake pressure, steal your turn, walk up, feint, walk up, like, you know, grab. It was like, if you got a read on how your opponent plays defense, she was so fun to play because she was very unique in the way she structured her pressure. I hope he plays somewhere like this in Street Fighter 6. She was also a mix-up character. She was a vortex character, so even just like something like this, you look like you're gonna cross them up, but she stops in front of them. Or you could do like a very quick like super jump. If you did the heavy version off a super jump, she stayed really low to the ground like that, but she moved far forward so she can actually jump over your body. I did it badly, but you get the point. She was sick, like, and she was a Labrys character. Now, I don't want to talk shit about Street Fighter 6. It is not a particularly hard game. A lot of times when you're playing your characters, you just need to remember which button goes into what's special. But C.Viper was not like that. Like, even just doing some of the things I talk about, like, if you find Cammy's dive kick hard in Street Fighter 6, then this is going to be a nightmare because you have to do pretty much the same thing, but extremely faster. And then just doing a lot of Seismo feints and whatnot. It gets sweaty. It gets sweaty. And they don't, especially the heavy versions, they don't give you a lot of time to cancel. If I do this even a little bit late, like that, it doesn't work. So yeah, she felt like very rewarding to play. The more you played her, the more kind of you can get away with doing a lot of cool like fake turns and mix-ups. And this applied to her combos too. Her combos felt so satisfying. Okay, if I do heavy punch into crouch heavy punch, doesn't even look like it should combo, right? Well, it shouldn't, right? If it did too much damage. 2 heavies, that's kind of crazy. Well, she could if you got good at the Seismo cancels. And then you can kind of mix it all together. Remember, she had a super jump. You got a whole ass I can't, honestly, by the way, I'm not trying to flex. I cannot believe I did that on my first try on a fucking hitbox. I thought I could not play this character at all because it's been a million years and I've never even tried on hitbox. But that's kind of cool. It's very sad. And dude, I'm literally smiling. Like, it's just a satisfying character to play. She does so many cool, like, small mechanics that they all come together to make, like, a really cool pressure structure. And then she was just sick. I don't know. And yeah, you can get sweaty. I remember watching a VOD of Latif where he would, like, do 2 of these really quick for like no reason. It just like looked like he was like flexing on the guy. Like I can't even do it. Yeah, I can't do it. But like you can just make up so much cool pressure with her. She was very free flowing. This is like almost a meme word that people say where like everyone plays the game the same in Street Fighter 6. I mean, like, it's not literally true, but it's kind of obvious what people are talking about. You know, a lot of crouch meet and kick drive rushes, a lot of throw loops. And this is a character that I think, like, you could literally not give her a drive rush and she would still be good and unique, and like she just has so much going for her if they made her play similarly than as she did in this game. I think she's like legit one of the most satisfying characters to learn, because you get, the more you learn, like if you were to download this game right now, and I'm not telling you should, and you tried her, she would feel so clunky and like nothing really makes sense. But then as you play her more and more, everything kind of flows together. Your Seismo canceling everything and baiting people to jump, and everything just felt so right when it all went well. She was really one of those characters where if you watched like a really good Viper, you could tell who it is even with the names off. Like, she was very, very expressive, and Latif is probably one of the most famous ones. I'm going to show you some clips here. Just watch it. Even the small things I told you so far, you could already tell how much crazy stuff he's doing. And check out some of his videos. A lot of people used to make like compilations, and I suggest you check it out. It's actually just a hype character. Look at this clip. It looks kind of brain dead. He's just zoning. It's got full screen, but he has to super jump cancel all of these Seismos, cancel the jump animation into the next Seismo, and then keep doing that over and over, and he just does it flawlessly. Like, you could tell he labbed this character. No one else was doing stuff like this. And yeah, just enjoy the rest of these clips, and I hope you're excited for C.Viper. I'll see you next time. Stay beautiful, my friends.